Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Global News reports that Christine Frechette has been chosen by members of the coalition Avenir Quebec CAQ Wire as their new party leader, succeeding François Legault. This victory also positions her to become Quebec's next premier. At 56 years old, Frechette marks a historic milestone as the first woman to lead the Quebec and only the second female premier in Quebec's history. During her Sunday victory speech, Frechette expressed gratitude, stating her pride in the confidence shown by the members and pledging to work diligently to unite the party and implement swift changes. Hailing from Trois-Rivières, Frechette previously served as a high-ranking staffer for the Parti Québécois before joining the Quebec in 2022. Under Legault's previous leadership, she held significant ministerial roles, including Minister of Immigration and Minister of Economy. She is set to be sworn in on April 13th, just 6 months ahead of the province's next general election, where polls suggest she faces a challenging electoral contest. Global News reports that the RCMP are issuing a warning to gun owners participating in the federal assault-style firearms compensation program. Do not bring your firearms directly to police detachments. This caution comes after several individuals recently attended Upper Fraser Valley detachments hoping to surrender their weapons in person. Police emphasize that walking into a station with unsecured or unregistered firearms, even with the intention of compliance, constitutes a criminal offense and raises safety concerns. For those registered in the Buyback program, instructions on how to safely schedule a collection appointment will be provided through the Public Safety Canada portal. Unregistered individuals looking to surrender a firearm should contact their local detachment via the non-emergency line for proper guidance. This initiative is part of the federal government's broader effort to remove prohibited assault-style firearms from circulation across Canada. The Canadian press reports that Canada's Liberal Party and the Bloc Québécois are making their final pushes in the hotly contested Terrebonne riding in Quebec, ahead of Monday's 3 by-elections. While the Liberals are broadly expected to secure a clear majority from these elections, retaining Terrebonne is seen as a vital test of their momentum. Political analyst Philippe Fournier of 338 Canada notes that a Liberal victory would boost the governing party, but a loss to the Bloc could signal they are not so invincible, especially with the provincial election approaching. The Liberal campaign has seen numerous cabinet ministers and MPs, including Prime Minister Mark Carney, visit the riding to support candidate Tatiana Auguste. Health Minister Marjorie Michel emphasized the party's collective effort, describing it as a tight race, but we can win. Bloc candidate Nathalie Sinclair Desgagnés, however, argues that recent floor crossings to the Liberals mean the majority is already secured, shifting the local question to who best represents constituents in Ottawa. She also criticized the parachuting in of unfamiliar ministers. Liberal MP Nathalie Provost observed changing demographics, indicating a shift in support in traditionally nationalist areas. Beyond Terrebonne, the Liberals are also expected to retain Scarborough Southwest and University, Rosedale with new candidates Danielle Martin and Dolly Begum respectively. CTV News reports that the number of candidates vying for the leadership of the Conservative Party of BC has narrowed to 5, following the withdrawal of contractor Warren Ham. Ham, who was among the first to declare his candidacy after John Rustad's ouster in December, announced his support for entrepreneur and philanthropist Yuri Fulmer. Ham described Fulmer as a true conservative, capable of uniting the right and safeguarding the party from what he termed a liberal takeover or becoming BC United 2.0. Fulmer expressed his appreciation for Ham's endorsement, noting that Ham champions common sense, conservatism, and a government that respects taxpayers. The remaining contenders for the leadership include MLA Peter Milobar, commentator Caroline Elliott, former BC Liberal Cabinet Minister Ian Black, and former MP Carrie Lynn Findlay. Key dates for the race are April 18th for new member sign-ups and the final payment, with ballots to be distributed by May 9th and the winner declared on May 30 at the party's convention. Global News investigated whether electoral districts represented by government MPs receive more federal funding, finding mixed evidence. The analysis of over 4,100 government spending announcements since the 225 election, totaling $20.5 billion, reveals interesting patterns. Notably, Marilyn Gladue, a former conservative MP who recently crossed the floor to the Liberals, suggested her Sarnia-Lambton-Bikajwanong riding would benefit from increased government support. However, data indicates her riding received 19 federal projects worth 26.8 million INs, which is above the average number of projects, 12, but below the average funding, when the whirl are dast. The Rita Park Quages One Taste Bilikal 9, 739 projects, Goan Brogol. Tolum, the Iskazis but Whitey B side point $4 just my said. A patient Nalmers, while opposition held ridings secured 2,178 projects valued at $3.8 billion. This suggests that opposition ridings still attract substantial federal funding, particularly in a minority parliament challenging the notion of disproportionate benefits for government-held areas. The trend of significant funding for opposition ridings also held true in previous minority parliaments. The government ridings generally saw more funding in majority parliaments due to holding more seats. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.